It's Anwita and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to explain Social Studies chapter The Solar System. So let's start. All objects that we see in the sky are called as celestial bodies or heavenly bodies. They consist of stars, planets, satellites, asteroids, meteoroids and comets. Let's learn all about them. How was the universe formed? Over 15 billion years ago, the universe was formed by a gigantic explosion called the Big Bang. Due to this explosion, atoms and later molecules were formed. These molecules came together and formed giant gases and dust particles called nebula. Each nebula had its own gravity and spinning motion. Within the nebula, the atoms were attached to one another and in the process collided with each other at a tremendous speed. This gave out an enormous amount of heat, which resulted in the birth of glowing bodies such as stars. Our sun, which is a star, was born 4.6 billion years ago. Millions of stars together make a galaxy. Several million galaxies make up the universe. The universe is still expanding as new stars are being born. The city to which a solar system belongs is called as the Akash Ganga or the Milky Way. It appears as a faint band of light across the sky. We measure distances in the universe in light years. A light year is the distance that light traveling at a speed of 3 lakh kilometers per second covers in a year. Stars and constellations. Celestial bodies that produce their own heat and light are called as stars. Each star is a huge mass of hot gases. They appear as tiny specks in the sky because they are very far from us. Stars twinkle because the light that they emit comes down to us through different layers of air. The sun is also a star. We feel that the star is very big as it is nearer to the earth than any other star. The group of stars are called as constellations. Astronomers have joined the stars of constellations by imaginary lines giving them different shapes. One of the constellations is the Ursa Major or the Great Bear, which can be easily recognized in the northern sky. It is called as Saptarshi, 7 sages in India. It has the shape of a big spoon. The 2 stars at the end of the Great Bear are called pointers. It always points towards the north. The North Star is almost above the North Pole. In the ancient times, people determined the north direction during the night with the help of the North Star. Some other constellations are Ursa Minor, Orion, Canis Major, and Hydra. Sun. The sun is the center of the solar system. The sun is made up of hot burning gases, mainly hydrogen and helium. It has a huge mass which gives it a powerful force of gravity. This force holds the Earth and all other planets in their orbits. Sun's surface temperature is about 6,000 degrees Celsius. Sun is the source of heat and light energy required by all forms of life on Earth. The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. This light is reflected by the planets and their satellites. Thus, we are able to see them in the sky even though they do not have their own light. The light from the sun takes 8 minutes to reach us. Planets. The word planet is derived from the Greek word meaning wanderer. Planets are so named as they revolve around the sun. The 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They are made up of solid materials and gases. Planets do not have their own heat and light. They reflect their light from the sun. All planets are spherical. Venus is the brightest object in the sky after the sun and the moon. It is called the morning star as it is seen right before sunrise and called the evening star as it is seen right after sunset. Mars is referred to as the red planet because it has a reddish appearance. Saturn has rings around it. Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune also have rings around it. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are called as inner planets or terrestrial planets as they are made up of rocks. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are called as outer planets or gas giants because they are made up of gases. Planets have 2 types of movement, rotation and revolution. Rotation is the movement in which all the planets spins in their own axis. Venus and Uranus rotates in a clockwise direction, that is east to west. The rest of the planets rotates in an anti-clockwise direction. Revolution is a movement in which all the planets revolve around the sun in a fixed path called orbit. Earth. Earth is spherical in shape, slightly flattened at the poles and balding at the equator. The shape is called geoid. Earth is a unique planet because it is the only planet in the solar system where life exists. Earth has all the favorable conditions for the existence of life: moderate temperature, suitable atmosphere, and presence of water. Satellites. The word satellite is derived from the Latin word satellis, meaning a companion or an attendant. Satellites are small heavenly bodies which revolve around the planets. As the planets revolve around the sun, the satellites also accompany them in their revolution. Satellites do not have any heat or light. They shine by reflecting the light from the sun. Moon is the satellite of the Earth. Mercury and Venus do not have any satellites. Moon. Moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. The moon has no light of its own. The moon reflects its light from the sun. It appears in the sky in different shapes. This is called the phases of the moon. The moon takes one revolution around the Earth in 27 days. We can only see one part of the moon's surface, as we can only see the part of the moon in which the light is reflected. The moon's surface is made up of rocks and there is no soil. There is no air or water in the moon since the moon has no atmosphere. In the moon, the days are very hot and nights are extremely cold. Asteroids. Asteroids are small celestial bodies similar to planets which revolve around the sun in their own elliptical orbits. These celestial bodies are also known as planetoids. There are 40,000 such asteroids. The largest of them is Ceres. These asteroids are the fragments of a former planet which exploded after its formation. Meteoroids. Meteoroids are small pieces of rocks that revolve around the sun. Some of these particles enter the Earth's atmosphere with great velocity. Due to friction with the atmosphere, they get heated up and start glowing. Most of the meteoroids burn out, but some of them are quite large and fall of the Earth's atmosphere, creating a hole or a crater. They are then called meteoroids. Comets. Glowing heavenly bodies which revolve around the sun in elongated orbits are known as comets. They are made up of dust, ice particles, and gases. Most comets have a head, a nucleus, and a tail. When they approach the sun, the gases get heated up and start glowing. Comets can be periodical or non-periodical. The comets which come after a fixed interval are called as periodical comets. Halley's comet is a periodical comet. Non-periodical comets appear after a short period and then disappear suddenly. Hope you all understood about the solar system. Please like and share to my videos and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.